Hello everyone. Hope you're all doing good. So today we are here for grade 8 maths. The chapter today we discuss that is a statistic, and the lesson today we covered which is quartiles, identify an outlier and describe the effect of removing it, outlier and scattered plots. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudent.com. You have to log in by using the email and the passwords that are provided by the administrator. Select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to the grade 7. Here are the list of the chapters. Then select the chapter statistic. So now already 4 chapters are covered. So we are on the quartiles. Let's get start this one. So quartiles in the data set below, what is the upper quartile? Okay. So here we are going to finding it out the lower quartiles and upper quartiles. Okay. So for the upper quartile, first of all, we just check it out, all the numbers, arrange it, and then we can see that lower half and upper half. Lower half means the left side numbers and the upper half means the right side numbers. Okay. So what are the upper quartiles number? We are just taking the upper quartiles number because they are saying that finding it out the upper quartiles, so we take the upper half. Okay. We are writing it down the upper half. This is 68, 69, and 93. All right. Now in the middle of these, this is called the upper quartiles. That is 69. Let's suppose I'm going to write it down here. For example, if they are saying that, for example, here the data is given 7, 5, 6, 4, and 2. So these are basically called the lower half, and this is basically called the upper half. All right, so we just take the upper half data 6, 2, and 3. Now in the middle of this is called the upper quartiles. All right, so this is here called the upper quartile. Now what is the upper quartile again? So this is the data, we are writing it down and then just divide the data into the halves. 5 in this side, 5 in this side, 4, 6 is in the middle of that. Okay, so all the numbers taking from the upper half, and then in the middle of this we are going to say that this is our upper quartiles. Again from the upper quartiles, this one. Now from the lower quartiles, we're just going to take the data from the left side. Okay, and from the lower quartiles we are going to take the data from the left side, and the upper half we are going to take the data from the right side. Okay, in this way we are going to finding it out all the numbers one by one. Let's discuss the test questions. So now finding it out the lower quartile. So this is the data that is given. We are just first of all writing it down the data. Okay, this is 43, 56. So I'm going to writing the data here. It's 56, 62, 64, 67, 70, 84, 84, sorry, it's 80, then 85, then 95, 95, and 97. Now look at here. First of all, we mentioned how many the upper quartiles, how many the lower half, how many the lower half. Then we take the upper half, and then we just find it out. Okay, because they are saying that in the data finding it out the lower quartiles. So first we check what is the upper half here. All the digits are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It means that 5 from this side, 5 from this side, 1 is in the middle. So first I'm going to writing it here, the upper half. Lower half, this one should be the lower half. And now from the yellow, these are the upper half. Okay. Now just taking the data from the only lower half, this should be that 43, 56, 62, 64, and 67. Now what is the middle of this? 62 is the middle of this one. So this is your lower quartile. Let's see, is it the right answer? Yes, this is the right answer. Okay. Now we're just going to finding it out. This data is given. What are the lower quartiles, the median, and the upper quartiles? Median is basically the middle number. Lower quartiles is already given, as we know that the lower quartiles and upper quartiles. Let's check, okay? The data is given. We are going to writing it out the data firstly. So the data is given. This is 1, 1, 2, 2, 5, triple 6, 8, 8, 9. Now, first of all, we're going to finding it out the lower quartiles and upper quartiles. Okay, as we can see that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Again, it's 11. 5 from this side and 5 from this side. This is from the lower half, and this is the upper half. So first we check the lower half. Lower half is 1, 1, 2, 2, 5. So what is the lower quartile? That is 2. So the 2 is the answer for lower quartiles. What is the upper quartiles for this one? That is a 8. So this is 8 is upper quartile. Now what is the median? Median is already given, the middle number, 5 from this side, 5 from this side. So the 6 is our median. Let's see 2, 6, and 8. Is there any option for 2, 6, and 8? Lower quartile is 2, median is 6, and upper quartile is 8. Yes, this is the answer. And then see, this is the right answer. Data is given. We are going to finding it out the upper quartile. Okay, let's let's do it. The data which is given, 11, it's 59 3 times, then 60, 76, 77, 84, 84, 91, 92. And they are saying they're finding it out the upper quartiles. Okay, so how to do the upper quartiles? Upper quartiles are basically to finding it out like this way. First of all, count it how many total: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 5 from this side and 5 from this side. So these are all the upper. So 77, 84, 84, 91, and 92. 2 from this side, 2 from this side, and this is our answer. That is 84. Hope you guys understand this lesson. So in this lesson we are going to finding it out the lower half firstly, then upper half, and then just finding it out the lower quartiles and upper quartiles, then also the median from that. Now here the data is given. So select an outlier in the data set. Data set is given. What is the meaning of outlier? It means that you are going to check in it out, or you are looking for the value that is either much longer or much smaller than all the other values. So the value 591 591 is an outlier. Why? Because it's much larger than all the other values. It's a much larger or much smaller value. Okay, now here is 450 is a much larger value. In this one is 148 is it's a much larger value. So this is an outlier. So in this way we are going to find it out the outlier of that. Now look, select an outlier in the data set. It's starting from 1 and ending at 19. 99 is a bit closer. So 1 is a basically a much smaller. Okay, it's a huge difference. So we are going with the 5, 1, and then this is the right answer. Select an outlier in the data set. Data set is given 617 is a much larger value. So we go with this one. Okay, now you guys think about it. What is the answer of this one? Select an outlier in this data set. It's starting from 1 and ending at 69. Basically, outlier, you are going to check it out. I'm going to repeat it again. A much larger or a much smaller value from this data. Check it out, everyone, and then tell me the answer. So, what is the value you choose it? A much smaller value, that is a 5. So, we go with that one. Okay, hope you guys understand this lesson as well. So, now let's start the next. This is a very easy lesson. Identify an outlier and describe the effect of removing it. So select an outlier in the data set. And if the outlier was removed from the data set, would the mean increases or decrease? Okay. An outlier in an extreme value is in the data set that is either much larger or that is either much smaller than all the other values. It means that it's a much larger or much smaller than all the other values. There is no specific formula defining an outlier. However, they are still important to understand when performing a statistical analysis. Just one outlier can have a drastic effect on the certain numbers, calculating from the data set just as the mean or the standard deviation. So here we're gonna finding it out, check it out. To finding an outlier, look for all the values. It's either much smaller or much larger than all the other values. So the value is in this outlier because what is the value? This is 8, because it's the much smaller than all other values. So if we're gonna remove 8 from the data set, so the rest of the larger values would remain. Larger values would already given in the basically question. So if you calculated the mean of these larger values, you would finding it out to be the greater than the basically original mean. So removing the outlier causes the mean to increase. Okay. So when you're gonna add up all the values and divide how many total values, so that value should be also greater than the 8. So 8 is basically increases in this data. We are just going to removing an outlier. That's it. So some smaller outlier should be removed. If smaller, there is some smaller value of outlier, so it should be increases. But here is some larger value of the outlier. Like for example, if I'm going to say that this is my outlier is 2, like here it's 20, 30, 70, no, it's 40, 60. So the outlier is 2. So this should be increases. When here I'm going to put it in out 40, 79, 62, and then suddenly 500. So this 500 should be decreases outlier. This 2 is increases outlier. Okay, because this is smaller value that is always increases, and this is greater value which is always decreases. Because it moves in this side, it moves in the opposite side of that. Outlier and the scattered plots. Let's discuss this one. So the two scatter plots below show the same data set. Choose the scatter plot in which the outlier is highlighted. Outlier is basically to finding the outlier in the data set. It's either the large value or the smaller value in the data. Okay, it's basically the bigger value or the smaller value. So for basically separated all the outlier, you are just going to take the extreme point in the data set. Okay, there is no specific formulas you are going to say that for defining an outlier. It's just to understand when performing an statistical analysis, we are just going to checking it out the either the greater value or either the smaller values from the data set. Okay, so there are some correlations or least square regressions line. So here is basically correlations. Correlations are basically strong correlation, weak correlation, and then it's just we are going to checking it out one by one. So here the highlight points on the outer. So this is the correct scattered plot. Now look at here. These are the yellow points and red point. Yellow points are basically there are two scattered plots below, and there is one red point which shows that this is an outlier because it's on the 100 point. Okay, why all the other points are on the same, it's on the one line. You are going to checking it out. This is some kind of the correlations. Okay, it's just some kind of the correlations from that value. Now from this one, look at here, this the black point which is given. This shows that the scatter plot here is the scatter plot, or this is a weak correlations or anything. So here is the black point which shows that this outlier. One point is highlighted in every case. Okay, let's just discuss the test questions. Now look at here in both these two. What is basically scatter plot in which the outlier is highlighted? So in the second point, outlier is highlighted because it's on the outside of this, but here it comes in like it mix up in these points. So we can say that the second one. This is the right answer. So if they are saying that finding it out the outlier in the scattered plot, which thing you first you check? The first thing you can see that an outlier of the basically like this way, it has some certain point, it's not mixed up with the points, it basically a specific one point. Okay, so in this way we are going to find, let's suppose for example if I'm going to draw it here, a one kind of the scattered plot. So let's suppose here are some points are given which is in this color. These are all the points that is given, but here is some point which is on the outside of this. Okay, so here we can see that this is our basically the point that is outlier of this one. All right, here is the outlier of this point because it's smooth. But when this point is mixed up with that here, let's suppose it's on here. This is not the distinguish between these two points. Okay, the distinguish is only like the outlier is from the outside of this. So the two scatter plot below shows the same data. Choose the scatter plot in which the outlier is highlighted. Now you guys tell me. One point is on here and the other point. Look at here the other point which is mixed up with these all points. And the same point is distinguish out. So are these two the same thing? Check everyone and then tell me please. Think about it and then tell me which is the right option. So the black point, this one is the scattered and this is basically outside of these, so we can go with this one. Let's do it, and this is the right answer. Okay, hope you guys understand this lesson as well. Identify the representative random and biased sample probability. So first of all let's check what is basically the representative random sample probability. So, for example, representative samples and random samples. What is the difference between? There are two types of techniques. Okay, so let's suppose A represented samples in the group and the set chosen from a larger statistical population according to the specified characteristics. You can go with the other one. Okay, let's suppose Josie put the names of all the conferences attendance into a hat. Then she drew 42 names out of the hat. In this random sample of the conference attendance, is this is the random sample? Look at here. They are saying that it's Josie put the names of all the conference attendants into a hat. It's just a randomly. He just randomly put all the members' name into a hat and then 42 names out of the hat. Okay, it's a random because it's not representative, it's not biased. It's just all the members they are talking about. If they are talking about some specific, we are saying that it's a representative. Without looking, Dav took two flashcards out of his box of the flashcards. It's also a random because flashcards, all the flashcards are given and you openly choose basically the two random card. Okay, so is this sample box likely to be biased? No, it's not biased. It's a random sample. Okay, it's not likely to be biased. To decide which dinner special to offer, a restaurant invited of all its customers to complete an online survey about their food preference and 17 of them did. It's again the basically random sample. Why? Because they invited all the customers. They are not choose basically something. They all the customer and then they just choose. Okay. If they are talking about the all, then it means that it's a random. Okay, let's discuss the next. Pamela surveyed 47 patients who spent more than 2 hours at the dentist office. Is this sample of the dentist patient is generally likely to be representative? Is surveyed basically 47 patients. It's not, you can say that it's not a representative, it's a biased because she already surveyed 47 people. And how much the hour is given? Because since the patient who spent more than 2 hours might not be similar to the other patient, they're saying that who spent 47 patient is already committed and how much the hours they spend who spend more than 2 hours at the dentist office. Okay, so it's not representative, it's a biased. Elisa played 12 songs from each piano book in her music library. Each piano book has an equal number of songs. Okay, 12 songs fixed, and each basically piano book has an equal number of songs. So it means that it's a representative. Tanir questioned Salmon violinistic in his national orchestra. Is the sample of violinist is generally likely to be representative? No. They just basically to the national orchestra. Okay, it's not representative, it's a biased. Hope you guys understand the difference between all these three. Just it's just a little information about the representative random or biased sample. Okay. Now let's discuss the previous lesson of the day, mean, median, modern range. Okay, let's discuss that only thing, just for your understanding. Okay, now how to calculate the mean, median, mode, and range. First of all, we are going to know that all the terms one by one. Okay, first we discuss the mean. Let's do it here. So for example, if some kind of data is given, so first of all, let's do the mean. I'm going to writing it down the data here. Let's suppose it's 23175 2. Okay, the data I'm going to use this is 23175 and 2. Now how to do it? For me, we are adding up all the numbers, just adding up all the numbers, and then we are going to divide how many total numbers. Okay, now you guys tell me how many total numbers are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Putting 6 here. Now add the top numbers. 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 1 is 6, 6 plus 7 is 13, 13 plus 5 is 18, 18 plus 2 is 20. So this is 20 over 6. That is our mean. To finding the mean, we are not arrange the data. Okay, there is no, it's not specifically we arrange the data and then we add up. We just randomly add up and then divide how many total. Now, what is median? Median is basically, let's suppose 3, 4, 1, 5, 6, and let's suppose this one. So the first thing that we do, we are just going to arrange the data for median. Arrange, how to arrange? From smaller to bigger. Smaller number is 1, then it's 3, then it's 4, then it's 5, then it's 6. Now what is the middle number? The middle number is 4. So we just say that our median is 4. Okay, let's suppose if the data is given like this way. If the data is given like this way, so how can we finding it out? We are just going to arrange the data firstly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now what is the middle? 4 from this side, 4 from this side, and the middle is 5. And this is our median. Now mean is clear, just adding up and dividing how many. Median is the middle number. Now the mode. Let's come to the mode. If the data is given, to talk about the mode. If some kind of data is given, let's suppose the data is 2279952. You're not going to arrange the data, okay, in this kind. You check it out which number or which number appears in most of the time. For example, the 2. 2 is here 3 time, 9 is here 2 time, 7 is only 1 time, 5 is only 1 time. So which is appear in greater time? 3. Oh sorry, 2. So 2 is your mode. That's it. We're going to checking it out like this way. Now let's move to the range. Mm, my screen is visible.
Now let's go.
Yeah, now it's visible. I was just checking it out. For example, if the data is given 7756629. So for range, we are not checking the greater number, smaller number. We are not checking the middle one. We are not checking how much number is repeated. We are not adding or something. We are just checking it out in data. What is the greater number in all of it? Greater number in this full data. We are not seeing that like which number appears in which time or all that. Just tell me what is the greater number in all of it? That is 9. What is the smaller number in all of it? That is 2. You are going to subtract. So 9 minus 2 is 7, and that is our answer. Now, if I'm going to write like this way, for example, here I'm going to write the data. So, if the data is given, can you tell me what is basically the mode? You all guys tell me, hurry up. Mode, median, range. First of all, what is mode? Everyone tell me in the chat. This is a very easy. So your mode is which number appears most of the time? That is 9. Your mode is 9. Your mode is 9. Okay. Now what is median? Middle number. First arrange the data and then tell me. First we arrange it. Arrange it by 4, 6, 7, 9, 9, 11, and 12. So 3 from this side, 3 from this side, and again the 9 is median. Median is also 9. Now write it down the range. For range, what is maximum number and what is a minimum number? Maximum number is that is 12 minus 6, and that should be 6. So this is mode, that is median, and here is the range. These are the all things. Okay. So hope you guys understand this lesson. So today we discuss the grade 8 maths. Chapter name is statistics, and the lessons are quartiles, identify an outlier and describe the effects of removing it, outlier in scattered plots. So before starting the next session, you guys practice all these questions, and if you still need any help in any of the question, then you can contact tutors that are available. You are basically using this live chat button which is available on A plus website. Click on this, putting your department, maths help, and then just putting your name and then just send. In this way you directly contact with the tutors and then you basically help out in this way. So first of all you practice all these lessons by yourself. So hope you guys understand all the things. So see you in the next session. Have a great day, you all. Bye.